some additional props, like a blanket or a pillow. If you normally use a yoga blanket in class, or if you normally use a bolster in the mat Pilates class, grab a blanket or a pillow, have that available. I have a little ball with me today. You don't have to have a little ball, but if you have one, bring it with you, or like a little couch pillow that you can squeeze between the thighs, something like that, just to get a little work through our inner thigh adductors today. And again, I can't see you through the screen, so you have to do the most important part of mind-body exercise today with me, and that is tune into your own body. Something isn't feeling good, something is not feeling appropriate for you, leave it out, jump in on the next exercise, or I will talk you through a few modifications. So if something isn't feeling good for you, try the modification. We want to make sure that exercises are appropriate, and since I can't see you through the screen, you have to take a little bit of that intuition on yourself and make sure that things are feeling good for your body. So we are going to start standing, and we're going to start with some breath work. So in Pilates, we try to breathe in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And as we breathe in through the nose, we want to feel the rib cage expand. So visualize an accordion. On our inhale breath, the accordion gets wide. And then as we exhale, the accordion gets narrow. You can place your hands on your ribs and kind of feel that action, or just arms at your side. And let's take a couple deep breaths here. So breathing in through the nose, inhale, feel that rib cage get wide. And as you exhale, like you're fogging a mirror right in front of your mouth. We're doing like the breath check. Inhale through the nose, feel those ribs get wide. As you exhale, draw the belly in and up with the exhale. Inhale, breath, and exhale. Good. As you inhale, try not to bring those shoulders up into the ears. So we want to think rib cage gets wide, but we don't want to scrunch the shoulders into the ears. And as we exhale, little belly to the spine. 2 more breaths. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. One last time. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, narrow. Draw the belly in. Good. We're going to add a little bit of movement. So on the inhale breath, reach the arms up to the ceiling. On the exhale breath, press the arms back behind you and give a little squeeze between those shoulder blades. Notice that I'm not tipping forward. I'm tall in the body. So as the arms go back, the tendency will want to be to tip forward. I want your energy up, get tall. Inhale up with the breath. Exhale. Press back, stay tall, lift the tummy. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, press. Grow tall, draw those abs and squeeze the shoulder blades. 2 more. Inhale, up with the breath. Exhale, press back, squeeze those shoulder blades, open the chest. Last time, inhale. And exhale, press, press, press. Good. Now inhale the arms up and bring the palms together. Get tall here. Big inhale, exhale. Side bend to one side. So there's no rotation. I'm not turning down towards the floor or up to the ceiling. My shoulders are facing you. Just side bending over, opening up through the ribs and between all of those ribs. Come back up, inhale. Exhale. Side bend to the other side. No rotation, just side bend. Keep the belly pulling in and up. Inhale, back up tall. Exhale, over to the side. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, over to the side. Keep pulling those abdominals in. Inhale to the ceiling. And exhale, bring those arms down. Okay, we're going to come onto the mat, and I want you to come down onto all fours. And I'm wearing a mic today. I don't normally wear a mic when I teach, so bear with me because it feels really weird. We're going to come down onto all fours. This way, hopefully, you can hear me no matter which way I'm facing, no matter what exercise we're doing. So all fours position. We've got those fingers spread out nice and wide. The hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips, which means your feet should also be hip distance apart. The feet aren't in touching. Flat back position. That means I want you to bring your chin in towards your throat. Roll those shoulders back. And we're just going to let our chest sink towards the mat as we inhale. And on our exhale breath, we're going to press wide. So this is like our protraction, retraction of the shoulder blades. We're just upside down. So on the inhale breath, we sink. On the exhale breath, we lift the belly and we press and feel those shoulder blades get wide on the back. Inhale to sink. Exhale to press. Inhale to sink. Getting your shoulder blades moving in and out on the back. One more time. Inhale to sink. Exhale to press. And we're going to hold that width across the shoulder blades. So I'm not going to sink. I'm not going to let that sink happen. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. We're going to round up through the spine like a cat. Now I'm going to let my belly lower towards the mat, lift my head, lift my chest, and I'm thinking sternum through the gates of my arms. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail, lift the belly. This is our exhale breath here. As we inhale, the belly lowers, we lift the head, and the sternum is pulling through the gates of the arms. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, lift the belly. Feel that roundness, that opening in the back. And then as we inhale, the belly lowers, the head comes up. We're going to do 2 more times. Exhale, breath. Lift the belly, tuck the tail. Feel that tailbone try to pull down towards the heels. And inhale, let the belly lower, lift the head, lift the chest. One last time. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, round up. And then inhale, the belly lowers, the head and the chest lift. Okay, a little variation here. So we're going to keep the flat back, wrap the toes under, and you're going to press your weight back to stretch the feet. So we're keeping that flat back and pressing back. And we'll come forward, flip those feet down flat, round up like a cat, stay rounded, and shift the weight back. Opening up and creating more space through the back. Shift back forward, find your flat back. Wrap those toes under, straight back. Shift forward, feet go down. Round up like a cat, keep that round, press back. Good. Shift forward. Flat back, wrap the toes. Keep that flat back and press straight back. Come forward. Flip the feet. Round the spine. Keep that round spine. Shift the weight back. Feel the tailbone pull down towards the heels. Belly is lifting in and up. Shift back forward. Find that flat back one more time each way. So we flip the toes. Press back. Keep your flat back. Shift it forward. Flip the feet. Round like a cat. And shift back. Good. And then we'll come forward. Okay, one more thing we're going to do here on all fours before we move on, a little rotation. So we've done a little flexion and extension of the spine. We're going to do a little rotation of the spine. So I want you to take your arm towards me, up to the ceiling. Big inhale. Eyes follow if you can. And then as we exhale, we're going to come through. Now, this is perfectly acceptable to be here. If you have a little more flexibility available and you can come all the way down to the shoulder, you are welcome to. But right here also gets perfect amount of rotation in the spine. And then we come back up. Inhale. And we exhale. Take it through. Good. And again. Inhale up to the ceiling. Exhale. Take it through. Let's do this 2 more times. Take it up. Eyes are following the fingertips. And then we take it through. Last time. Up. Follow those fingertips. Take it through. And then come back to all fours. Same thing on the other side. So that back arm, the arm away from me, is going to go up to the ceiling. Eyes are following those fingertips. And then we bring it through. Okay, inhale breath to rotate up to the ceiling and open. Exhale breath. Rotate and close. Inhale breath. Reach up. Exhale breath. Bring it through. 2 more. Inhale. Open. Exhale. Through. Last time. let's do a quick little stretch here. So we've been on our wrists a little bit. So I just want you to turn your fingertips towards you and feel how that stretches down the forearm. So we're getting a little counter stretch to some of the work we've just been doing. And same thing on the other side. Take those fingertips, point them to you, and just feel that other side, the front side of the forearm, get a nice lengthening after being in those 90-degree angles for that work. And then we're going to swing around and come onto our backs. So we just want to get the spine moving in all the different planes of movement with Pilates. It's always our goal as instructors. Did we move you in all the different ways we can move you? So that's why we start with a little bit of that to begin with. Now let's talk a little bit about placement of where the body should be on the mat. So we want neutral pelvis. Neutral pelvis is where your two front hip bones and your pubic bone make a nice level plane. So if we imprint our low back, our pubic bone is up higher than our two front hip bones. So if my cup of coffee was sitting on my belly button right now, I'd be spilling coffee into my belly button. If my pelvis was back to neutral and I was tilted the other way, where my two hip bones are higher than my pubic bone, now I'm spilling coffee down onto the mat. So neutral position and imprint position. We're going to move between those two. So I want you to inhale at neutral. You can place your hands here to feel where you're at. You can also just have your arms along by your side. As you exhale, feel the belly button draw in and up, and you're moving to that imprinted pelvic position. And then as you inhale, release back to neutral. Keep doing this. Exhale, breath. A couple things that are key with this. When we imprint, sometimes we're tempted to squeeze the glutes and tighten the bum, push from the legs. We don't want to push from the legs. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, we want to feel the drawing in and up of the belly is what moves the pelvis. Inhale, release to neutral. Exhale, pull the belly in and up. Inhale, breath. So my legs are as relaxed and as disconnected from this as can be. Just equally weighted and hanging out on the mat. Inhale, back to neutral. 2 more times. Exhale, pull the belly to the spine. Feel that low back come into contact with the mat, and as you inhale, release to your neutral. 1 last time. Exhale, belly to the spine. Find that imprint. And then inhale, back to neutral. I want you to walk your feet and your knees all the way together. Hands can be here across the pelvis again, or arms long by your side. So neutral pelvis stays. We're going to open one knee to the side, and I'm only going to go as far as I can go without my pelvis following my leg, and then come back together. Now open to the other side. So we open on an inhale breath. Exhale, squeeze the knees all the way back together. Good. Keep alternating sides. Inhale, open. Keep that opposite side of the hips down. Exhale, knees come all the way together. Open. So the goal isn't to get the knee all the way down to the mat. The goal is to see what range of motion you have available in the leg while maintaining a nice stable pelvis. Exhale, come all the way together. How are we doing, guys? Inhale, open. Exhale. Good. If you're new to Pilates, you might think, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. That's totally normal. It takes a few classes for some of this stuff to sink into the body. We'll get to some bigger, more dynamic movements, I promise. I just like to start with a good, strong foundation. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. And then hug your knees into your chest. So pull those knees in and give that low back a nice little stretch, and just a little side to side rock here. All right. Take those feet back down onto the mat. Find that neutral pelvis again. Relax through the glutes. We're going to take our arms to the ceiling. Inhale, breath here. As you exhale, bring your arms down, nod your chin to your chest, curl the head and the shoulders up. Inhale, breath. The head rests down and the arms return over the chest. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Pull the belly in, curl up. You're looking towards the fronts of your thighs. Lower back down. So we want to feel this work right here, across those low ribs in the front. Exhale, breath, chin to the chest. Pull the belly in. Lower back down. Now, something that's different about Pilates is when we work our abdominals, we're asking you to pull your abdominals in and up versus pushing your abdominals out. So you can work your abdominals and you can flex them and push them out. In Pilates, we're asking you to draw the belly in and up and maintain a flat belly. So 2 more here. As you curl up, think of trying to keep a flat belly. Think a slice of pita bread instead of a loaf of bread, right? One more time. Exhale. Flat belly. In and up on those abdominals. And lower back down. Take your hands behind your head. So you're going to step one hand on top of the other. Elbows are out wide to the side. We're still in that neutral pelvis. Inhale, breath here as we exhale. Same thing. Head and shoulders curl up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lower down. So feel the wrap of the abdominals across those upper abdominals. Everything's kind of pulling together and in and up. And lower back down. 2 more times. Exhale, curl up. And lower 1 more time. Exhale, curl up. And lower. Now, arms come by your side. Pull your abdominals in. Bring one knee up to tabletop. So tabletop is where your knee is over your hip joint and your shin is parallel to the ceiling. Keep the abdominals pulling in. Bring your other knee up to meet it. So what happens in tabletop, sometimes we're tempted to be here. So when our knees come in super close to the body, we're shortening and working through the hip flexor more than we are through the abdominals. So we want that alignment of knee over pelvis to be able to feel more work happening down here in the low belly. The other thing that happens is if we get too far away, this is going to pull my rib cage upward towards the ceiling. So if I let my legs start to lower, it's literally pulling my rib cage up and forward, at which point I'm working more into my back than in my abdominals. So position for your tabletop is key. And you can play with that a little bit. When you come in, it should feel like, oh, I don't feel my abdominals at all because now your hip flexor and your quads are doing all the work. If you go too far away, you're going to feel those ribs lift off. So you want to find that happy medium spot for you. It's different for all of us where we feel that. Now our goal here is to keep ribs knitted together in front. Bra strap lying down. Arms by our side. Flex your feet. Right heel. Inhale, we send it out and away. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, out and away. Exhale, back up. Now, some of you might be able to go all the way down and tap the mat and lift back up without your rib cage popping. Great. If you can do that, awesome. Some might go halfway down and feel that's the range available to you. So listen to your body. We want pelvis and rib cage to stay in the same place on the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Another thing I want you to check in with here is your neck. Are you hulking out through the front of the neck? So if you feel veins popping out of your neck, make your range of motion a little smaller. The neck and the shoulders cannot do this work for us. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 1 more each side. You guys are doing great. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Pull those knees in. So when we were curling our head and shoulders up, we were working through our upper abdominals. When we were doing our tabletop heel taps, we're working more through lower abdominals and deeper abdominals. So just slowly progressing to warm everything up so that when we get going, everything is working, right? Okay. It's about the time, everybody's favorite time of class, so we do the 100. So if you're new to Pilates, it's called the 100 because we're literally going to do 100 pumps with our arms, as long as I don't lose count. I'm a terrible counter. So we want our knees at tabletop to start. Arms to the ceiling. Inhale, breath. As you exhale, we curl up to that same position we were already in. So we're here. Now we start pumping. In for 5, out for 5. Breathe in, breathe out. Strong pumps. Your arms should be moving 4 to 6 inches. That's a lot. Keep pumping in and out. Legs can extend or reach out. Keep pumping. In and out. Halfway there. Breathe in. Breathe out. In and out. Breathe in. Stay curled up. Breathe out. 2 more sets. In and out. 1 more set. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stop pumping. See if you can come a little higher in that curl. Really pull those abs together. Ooh, and lower down. Take your head, turn it side to side. Give your neck a little chance to rest. Maybe the hips need to go side to side as well. Roll yourself up. I think I did pretty good counting. You can comment if I messed it up. I'll be happy to know how I did. Okay, so half rollbacks. If you have a little ball at home, great. If you have a pillow, you can also use that. You can do a half rollback without a prop. Let me show it first without a prop. So feet are going to open hip width distance on the mat. Hands are going to hold the hamstring back of the thigh. Start up nice and tall so you're feeling your weight on both your butt bones. We inhale here as we exhale. Belly button to the spine, tuck the tail, and you're going to roll back halfway until your arms are straight. Notice I'm not death gripping my thighs. I'm just kind of here for marking, but I'm using my abdominals. They're pulling in and up to hold me here, not my hands. And we exhale, curl. I'm going nose towards my knee, and then I'm going to sit back up tall. Feel my butt bones, equally weighted. Inhale, breath. Exhale, belly pulls in, tuck the tail. Roll back, hold. Here I feel my abdominals drawing in and up. They're holding me in place. Inhale, breath, and then as we exhale, we curl forward. Now, the prop behind you can help a little bit with this positioning. So, as I roll back, I have a little marker here. I feel my low back into that ball or that pillow, and then I pull my abdominals in to come up off that ball. So it just gives us a little bit of support. This version, your arms are giving you the support. With the prop behind you, you can have your arms here, and the prop behind you is what gives you the support. So whichever version works best for you, go with that. Or whatever you have available at home. 1 more time. Inhale, we feel the butt bones. Exhale, the belly pulls in and we roll back. I don't have a very cooperative ball. Hold, inhale. Exhale. Pull those abdominals in. Curl forward. And then we sit back up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to use a half roll back for a little obliques. So the arms are going to reach. Same action. Rock off the sit bones. But I'm going to bring my elbow towards the floor. And then I'm going to come back up. I'm going to go the other way now. Hips roll under. Elbow towards the floor. And then come back up. So I'm not rocking off of one hip. Both of my hips are staying down. I'm turning my rib cage as I pull my elbow, which is making me work differently in my waistline. Exhale to come up. Rock off those sits bones. Exhale to go back. Hold, inhale, exhale, come up. 1 more time each side. Pull the belly in. If the rotation doesn't feel like it's working for you, go back to the first version and just work that half roll back. Last time. Exhale to roll back. Hold, inhale, exhale, pull those abdominals in, come up, and we're going to roll all the way down onto the mat. So if you had something behind you, take that up. Bring one knee into the chest, give it a hug. This other leg can be long on the mat or knee bent foot flat. So if you have a big sway in your back, this might not feel comfortable to have this leg alone. Bend that knee so that your back can be in a more neutral position. We're pulling this knee in, and now we're going to stir it in the hip socket. And reverse, and stir it the other direction. Take that right leg up to the ceiling, grab the back of it, pull it to you. So now we're getting the hamstring stretch. If you're super tight and you can't hold on to your leg, a belt, a towel, a yoga strap, any of those things over the top of the foot, and you can pull on that for a little assist if this feels hard to get to. Also, bending this knee will make this stretch a little more accessible as well if you're super tight. Now, if your leg doesn't go straight, that's okay. Mine doesn't go all the way straight either. I'm tight. We're going to stay here and add point, flex, point, flex. Now Now notice on the flex, when we pull the toes down towards our nose, increases the stretch that we feel at the back of the leg, right? Do that 2 more times. 1 more time. Now pull down, pause, turn in, turn out. In, out. It's like I'm waving the bottom of my foot to the ceiling. We're about to head into, hopefully, sandal season, right? So if you've ever noticed when you first start wearing those sandals, your feet and your calves and your legs are killing you, this is great to do. Getting the inside and outside of that lower leg a little stretch. And now circles. Now I said that, and it's going to pour rain, and you guys are all going to blame me. So I'll just own that now. My bad. It's like the person that goes and washes their car. Sorry. Jinxed it. Okay. Pull one more time in the back of that leg. Good. Sit this one down. Bring this one into the chest. Remember, this leg can be long, or bend that knee if you need to. We're hugging it in. Stir it around. Reverse the stirs. So it's like kind of just getting the grease in the hip joint. Now we take the leg to the ceiling, grab the back of it, pull it to you. Feel that hamstring stretch. Remember, if you can't hold your leg, bend this knee. That makes it more accessible. Or if you have something at home, a towel, a belt, a yoga strap that you can use that. We'll add the point and the flex. So when we flex and we pull down towards our nose, we get a bigger pull up the back of the leg. I know we've been spending a lot more time doing yard work and gardening, getting all that stuff ready. So my hamstrings are feeling that. Flex and hold, turn in and out. If you're normally a Monday morning, 9 a.m., that's something that we work out a lot on Monday mornings because most everybody that comes to class has spent the entire weekend in their yard. Circle. Reverse the circle. Pull on the back of that leg, get a little bit more hamstring stretch, and then put that foot down. Okay, so now we're going to work a little through the inner thigh before we go to single leg circle. So if you have a ball, or if you have that couch pillow that you can put between the knees, let's get those inner thighs adductors warmed up. So find your neutral pelvis. This is important. When we squeeze our inner thighs, we have the tendency to squeeze our bum and tilt our pelvis. So I want you to see if you can focus on maintaining that neutral pelvis. This stays nice and level. My glutes aren't going to work. I'm going to isolate through my inner thigh and squeeze and release. Exhale, breath to squeeze. Inhale, breath to release. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to release. You can even kind of just palpate and feel, okay, good, I'm not clenching my glutes there. You'll notice also if you get overactive in the glutes, that pelvis will tilt and you'll end up more in an imprint versus a neutral. So stay in that neutral. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, release. Feel that work through the inner thighs. Squeeze and release. The belly is also drawing in and up. Just enough to feel connected to the center, but not so much that it changes any position. 2 more times. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. 1 more. Squeeze and release. Now we're going to squeeze in. We're going to hold that squeeze. And little pulses here. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take whatever's between your knees out. Okay, so we did that intentionally. For this next exercise, I want you to connect and feel those inner thighs. So we're going to send the left leg long, and we're going to bring the right leg up to the ceiling. Now, if this doesn't work for you, bend this bottom knee. We externally rotate slightly on that right side. Pull your abdominals in. Now I'm going to think inside of knee to inside of knee, around, and back up. My inner thigh leads the action of that femur bone. My pelvis is going to stay neutral. I'm trying to train my leg to move independent from my pelvis here. 2 more. Cross, knee to knee, around, and up. 1 more time. Cross, around. I'm going to pause at top, reverse the circle. I still have that external rotation. I go out slightly to the side. Now I think knee to knee and up. So that knee to knee action is inner thighs, low belly. knee to knee, inner thigh, low belly. 2 more. Inner thigh, low belly. Last time. Around, up, bend the knee in. Now I like to sneak a little ab work in here. Hold this knee, send this leg long, curl up, stay curled up. Now we're going to switch knees, and switch, and switch, and switch. Pull that belly button in. It's like my nose and my knee want to meet in space. 4 more times. Here's 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Bring both knees in. Rest the head. Right leg goes down. Left leg up. So remember, you can be here, or you can be here. Externally rotate, neutral pelvis. Inner thigh. We go knee to knee, around, and up. Knee to knee. Pull the belly in and up to help stabilize the pelvis. Find that inner thigh work by keeping your external rotation at the hip and then crossing midline and up. 2 more. Cross, around and up. 1 more time. Cross, around and up. Now reverse that. Around, cross and lift. Keep that external rotation. Knee to knee, belly draws in and up. 2 more. And up. 1 more time. And up. Bend that knee in. Okay, we did it on the other side, so we have to do it on this side too. Knee in, leg long, curl up. Pull those abs in. And we switch. Switch. Stay curled up. Knee to nose. Knee to nose. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees come in. And rest the head. Little side to side, hip to hip wobble there. And then we're going to keep one hand on each knee. Curl your head and shoulders back up. Arms and legs reach. Circle the arms. Pull the knees in. So this is our inhale. Circle. Exhale, pull in. Inhale. Circle. Exhale, pull in. Reach. Circle. Pull in. 2 more. Reach. Circle. Pull in. 1 more. Reach. Circle. Pull in. Head down. Legs up. Reach up on the leg. Calf if you can. Even higher to the ankle if you can. 3 curl up. 2 pulls. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Think. In the belly. In. Keep pulling those abs. In and up. 4 more times. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest back. So we should be feeling some work across those abdominals. Always work in the breath with the ab work. Super key. That's why we start with breath work at the beginning of the class, because it's always there throughout the whole class. Okay, so if you have something that you can put between your knees, this time it's going to go between the ankles. So ball or a little couch pillow, just hold on to it between those ankles. If you don't have anything, it's okay to just be ankles all the way together. Okay, arms are either long by your side or under the pelvis to make a wedge. We're going to keep the head down. We're going to hug through those inner thighs. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, lift. Now we only go as low as we can without the rib cage popping up. So if I go too low with my legs, notice my ribs start to lift off. So I want to keep my lowest back rib anchored down, my belly pulling in and up. The range of motion for each of us is different. Lower as you inhale, exhale, deep low belly to lift. If all you're feeling here is thighs, soften those knees just a little. Do the same thing, hinge at the hip, keep the soft knee. That helps a little less of the quad to take over the work that should be happening here. 2 more. 1 more time. Bend the knees, pull that ball out, set it to the side. Hands behind the head for crisscross. We curl the head and the shoulders up. We're going to curl our upper body to one knee, reach the opposite leg, and then switch. Come up and across, up and across, up and across. Insides of my knees are hugging in towards each other. I'm squeezing through that center line. Up and across, up and across. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and rest. Okay. We earned a nice stretch here. So we're reaching fingertips away from tiptoes, allowing those abdominals to get some nice length through here. And then we're going to roll ourselves up. And we're going to sit. I'm going to turn and face you for this one. Okay. If normally in class you sit up on a yoga blanket or a bolster, have something like a pillow or a blanket to sit on, we open those legs out about the width of the mat and flex the feet. Arms are going to reach straight out. Inhale, breath. Exhale, chin to the chest, belly pulls back, and we're going to round and reach forward, forward, forward. Now I'm going to lift my arms, stack the spine, reach behind me, find my mat, and push into my fingertips to lift my chest up. Inhale my arms up, lower to shoulder height. Exhale, belly pulls in and up, round forward. My eyes are now looking down on the mat between my knees. Inhale, lift the arms, stack the spine, reach behind you, find your mat. Press into the mat, lift your heart up to the heavens. One more time. Inhale the arms up, lower to shoulder height. Exhale, belly pulls in and up. Round forward, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, lift the arms, stack the spine, reach behind you, press into the mat, lift the chest. Stay here, another big breath in, another big breath out. Bring the legs all the way together. Okay. We're squeezing through the center line. Pull your toes back towards you, but most importantly, your pinky toe back towards you. It's hard to do. We want to pull typically this way. The bottoms of the feet come in towards each other. I want you to think more of squeezing here through your big toes and at the same time, trying to bring your pinky toe back towards me. Arms are going to reach side to side. Sit up tall. Flip both those butt bones down. Big inhale, and as we exhale, twist to the side. 2 twists. Twist, twist. Inhale, center. Twist, twist. Now I'm thinking on my twists of growing taller. I'm pulling my waistline in. Exhale. Inhale, center. Inhale, center. Top of my head is reaching for the ceiling. At the same time, my little pinky toes are doing their darndest to pull towards my ears. Last time. Twist, twist. Now inhale up, exhale, forward fold. If you can, touch your feet, grab your pinky toes, and pull on those pinky toes. And you feel how that translates to a stretch up the outside of the thigh. All right. You guys are doing awesome. Thanks for sticking with me. We're going to flip over onto our bellies now. So, come onto your abdominals and separate your feet about hip distance apart. Okay, so that just gives us a nice wide base for the sacrum. Hands are going to stack. Rest the forehead onto the hands. Take your hips and just wobble side to side. This is nice to encourage the low back, just to release tension. We're changing positions. We haven't been on our bellies yet. So it's just letting our back know it's okay. You don't have to be gripping and holding on here. Okay, now, my feet are going to stay down on the mat. My forehead is going to stay glued to my hands. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep your head glued to your forehead. Inhale, breath. Lift to a hover. So I'm thinking of my elbows lifting up. My top of my head is reaching out long, and my abdominals are pulling up away from the mat, all at the same time. Big inhale, and then I exhale, relax down. Keep your forehead glued. Notice I didn't lift my head and lead with my chin to the other side of the room. So that creates a big pinch in the back of the neck here. So forehead and hands stay glued so that as I lift, the back of my neck is lengthened. I'm reaching through the crown of my head. My elbows are pulling up. My belly is pulling up and lower down. So we don't want that chin out that way. We want the chin in, back of the neck long, and I'm keeping the work here in the upper back between the shoulder blades. 2 more times. Inhale, breath, lift, belly is up. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Lower down. Now bring your hands under your shoulders. Elbows in close to your side. Roll your shoulders back. So the tendency is the shoulders want to go forward and our elbows want to poke out. We're going to work against that. So roll the shoulders back. Hug the elbows in like you have little grasshopper wings. Pull your belly button in and up. We're going to press into the hands. Same thing. Notice my eye gaze is to the end of my mat. I haven't looked up. I'm not leading with my chin out this way, right? Because that creates that pinch. So shoulders are back. Elbows are in. I'm going to inhale, lift my belly, press into my hands. My eye gaze is here at the end of my mat. Now I'm going to pause. Shoulders down more, elbows in more. I'm going to see if I can lift a little higher, keeping those elbows in, shoulders down, belly up. And then I'm going to slowly lower all the way back down to the mat. Okay, so roll the shoulders first. Hug your elbows in. Lift your belly. Inhale, breath. Come up, 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 up. Pause. Shoulders down more, elbows in more. Then see if you can come a little higher. And then lower all the way down. 1 more time. Roll the shoulders. Hug the elbows in. Lift the belly. Inhale, breath to come up. Pause. Shoulders down more, elbows in more. Then we can go for a little more height. And then we can come all the way back down. Exhale. And sit to a child's pose. So knees can get wide here if needed. We're going to let the arms be out in front and the forehead come down to the mat. And just breathe. We're going to take our hands to one side of the mat. Push your hips in the opposite direction. Feel how that opens up under the armpit through the ribs. Walk your hands to the other side of the mat. Push your hips in the opposite direction. Same thing. Opening up into that armpit and the rib cage. We'll come up onto all fours. Okay. So, just like we started class, your hands are directly underneath those shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips, which means your feet are not touching, right? The feet are out here. We're not sinking. Remember, we started with those serratus push-ups. We've got width across the upper back. The chin is in towards the throat, flat back position. We're going to maintain flat back position. Send the right arm and the left leg reach away. Okay? I'm lifting my abdominals. I'm pointing both of my 2 front hip bones down towards the mat. My arm and my leg, as best I can, are lifted the same height. So we don't want to have the arm way down here and the leg way up. We want it to be equal as best we can. And then come back to all fours. Switch sides. Left arm, right leg. 2 front hip bones. Shine down. So I'm not turning my pelvis towards you guys. I'm keeping my pelvis shining down. My arm and my leg are trying to lift the same height. My chin is still into my throat, which means my eyes are looking down at my thumb on the mat. Back to all fours. Now reach away on this one. We're going to open like a jumping jack and come back. Now, only open your leg as far to the side as your arm also goes. So if your arm is all the way here, that means your leg should be all the way there, okay? So we open equal distance. So the arm can obviously go easier range, bigger range than the leg. So keep the arm small to match the leg. 2 more. Body still. 1 more. Back to all fours. Okay, other side. Reach, hold, maintain that flat back. Open, close. Arm and leg, same opening amount. Steady through the body. Feel those abdominals work. Feel those outer hip and glute work. 2 more. Last one. And back to all fours. Sit back, child's pose. And that was a little warm-up for some of the work that's coming next. So we flip back over onto our back for shoulder bridge. Working into our hips and our glutes. Okay, so you can opt to put the ball back between the knees. That will give you a little bit more inner thigh work, or the couch pillow, whatever you're using at home today. If you don't have anything, not a problem. You can do this exercise with your knees hugging all the way together. You can also keep your feet hip distance apart. So walking your feet and knees all the way together without anything is a big challenge for the inner thighs. If you feel any discomfort through the low back, walk those feet back out to hip distance. All right, so I'm going to show the version with a little something between your inner thighs. We're going to squeeze, and in one piece, press down into the feet, press down into the triceps, and lift the hips up. Now I'm keeping a squeeze on that pillow or that ball. You'll notice as your hips go up, your knees also want to go out. So having something there to squeeze keeps the work where we want it. Now I'm going to keep my hips lifted and pulse on this ball 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the squeeze. Roll down. So we're rolling down piece by piece. I'm thinking of my tailbone lengthening to my heels on the way down. Squeeze the ball. Lift the hips straight up in one piece. Pause. Pause the ball. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the squeeze. Roll down. One segment of the spine at a time. Lengthening my tailbone towards my heels. And release. And again. Squeeze. Lift in one piece. Hold. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the squeeze. Hold. Roll it down. Lengthen that tailbone. Reach it toward your heels. And again. Squeeze and lift. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the squeeze. Hold. Roll it down. Lengthen that tailbone. Lengthen that tailbone. And release. Last one. Squeeze. Lift. Hold and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the squeeze. Roll it down. And release. Ball can come out. And we're going to roll over onto our side. So you're going to turn and face me. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. So we just did some good inner thigh work. Now we're going to work some outer thigh. So hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. And I'm going to take my legs and bring them forward towards the front corner of the mat. You can prop your head up like I have on my elbow. If this doesn't work for your neck, you can also rest your head down on your bicep. You can fold your head, or fold your arm rather, and rest your head. Or if you've got that pillow or blanket that you were using, let's slide that over top of the bicep and use that to support your head. So whatever position works best for your neck, take that. Hips are stacked. I'm going to take my top leg and lift it. Lengthen your top leg longer than your bottom. Pull your abdominals in and up in opposition. So my leg is reaching that way. My abs are pulling in and up this way, creating that two-way stretch or opposition. We want to keep this whole series. This leg now is going to swing forward to you and then reach back behind. Okay, so I swing it forward and I pull it back. Now we're going to flex the foot on the way forward, and then we're going to point on the way back. Flex to me, point away. Upper body, still. I'm trying not to let my upper body, rock to and fro with my leg. I want to see if I can move my leg while maintaining my body still. 2 more. Flex, kick to me. Point, reach away. 1 more time. Now we reach away and hold it back here. Instead of a point, I want you to flex. Pull your abdominals in. Now little pulses here. Up, up, up. As the leg gets tired, it's going to try to travel back forward. Keep the leg back. Keep pulsing. It's like the heel is reaching to the back far corner of the room. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And we bring that top leg over the bottom. Externally rotate so our toes and knees aim to the ceiling. We kick up, inhale, and lower heel to heel. And up, and lower. So let's point on the way up, flex on the way down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Top side of the waist is staying long. My leg is still reaching to that side of the room as my belly pulls in and up towards my nose. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, I'm going to hold it here. Hold, point, and going to draw little circles around 8, 7, 6, 5. Body still. 4, 3, 2. Reverse around 8, 7, 6, 5. Lifting from here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick to the ceiling. Bend that knee. Bring your foot flat. Now, there's some of you that this doesn't work for in class. So you can take that ball and you can rest your knee down. So if the knee turned up towards the ceiling and the foot flat position doesn't work, use something here in front to rest your knee on. If you can be here, hold your ankle. Lift the bottom leg now up. Flex the foot. Pull the belly in. We're working now inner thigh again. Pulse it up, 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 up. Connect the lift of the belly to the lift and pulse of the thigh. Now make sure that you're flexing your foot and reaching through your heel. So a lot of people like to turn their foot like this. It decreases the work that we feel here. So flex through that foot, keep your knee straight, and lift from high inner thigh. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and rest. Top leg on the bottom. Bend your knees to 90 degrees. Your shins are going to come forward towards the camera. Heels are glued, hips are stacked. Top knee goes up. Squeeze the heels together. We take this knee and lower halfway down and go back up to the top. Down and up. Down halfway back up. Squeeze the heels. Down halfway back up. So we're feeling this outward wrap around into the glute. Tiny little glute muscles to lift that knee up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Lift one more time. Squeeze those heels. Hold it there. And rest. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm going to turn so I can still face you guys. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips. Move those legs forward to the front corner of the mat. However you supported your head on the other side, same thing. Or if you noticed how you were supporting your head didn't work on the other side, pick a different way on this side so your neck is in a good place. This hand is on the mat in front for stabilization. Top leg lifts to hip height. We lengthen. Okay, we're going to kick forward. It's a flexed foot and a point. Flex and point. Now keep that upper body still. Flex, kick to me. Point, reach back. Flex, kick to me. Point, reach back. Flex, point. Flex, point. Last 2. Hold that upper body still. Now we hold it back here and we turn our foot to a flex instead of a point. Little pulses. Up, up, up. Keep pulling the tummy in. We're still tight in those abdominals. Remember, this leg gets tired. It wants to come forward. Keep it back. Back corner of the room. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now we bring it forward. Externally rotate toes and knees. Aim towards the ceiling. We kick up. Inhale and lower. Point, up, flex, lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Up, pull down, heel to heel. Kick and pull. 2 more. Kick and pull. 1 more. Kick and pull. Now point. Hold it here. Circle the leg around. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse around. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it up high. Bend that knee. Bring the foot flat. Remember, if that doesn't work for you, you're resting your knee in front here on something. Everybody else, knee to the ceiling, and we're holding the ankle. And we're going to take that bottom leg, flex the foot. Lift from your high inner thigh, pull your abdominals in. Pulse it up. Reach strong through your heel. Keep your knee straight. Really straight leg here. Reach through that heel. Lift from the inner thigh. Lift from the inner thigh. Pull those abdominals in. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Top leg on the bottom. Bend into our clam. Okay. Shins are going to come forward towards me. Heels are going to glue together. Hips are still stacked here behind us. Take that top knee, lift it up. Squeeze the heels together. Feel that outward wrap. work out here into those little glute muscles. We come halfway down, press back up, squeeze the heels, squeeze the heels, squeeze the heel. Press the heel together to lift the knee. That helps with that, finding that wrap. For 4, for 3, for 2, leg is tired, 1 more, hold it there, and rest. Okay, the moment you've been waiting for after the side kick series, the figure 4 stretch. So we come onto our back, we cross one ankle over the opposite knee, pull that into you. Okay, you can hold outside of the thigh. Some of you go through and hold this hamstring and pull it to you. Okay, you can also, if you feel a stretch here, just by being on the floor and you feel that stretch in the hip, any of those versions work. And I like to take this stretch, I like to rock. So I'm going to rock towards the shoulder, that the knee that's crossed, we're going towards that opposite shoulder. And it pulls nice and deep into the glute. Couple more rocks. If the rock doesn't feel good for you, or if there's a particular variation of this stretch that you enjoy, take it. One more time. And let's uncross and recross on the other side. So ankle over the knee. Remember, you can hold here. You can go through and hold here. You can also have those feet on the floor. And we're going to rock. So we're taking opposite shoulder, or knee to opposite shoulder. Feeling that increase in the pull. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more little rock. And then rest both feet down. I want you to take your arms out to the side and let your knees fall over to one side. Turn your head in the opposite direction that your knees are going. A little spinal twist. Pull your abdominals in, bend over to the other side. Turn your head in the opposite direction that your knees are going. You're feeling that stretch to the outer hip and into the low back. And come back up to center. Pull the knees into you. Okay, a little bit more ab work here. So we're going to roll up and fall between the knees. Or your couch pillow. If you don't have anything, just squeeze those knees all the way together. All right, so my inner thighs are hugging. I'm going to pull the belly to the spine, tuck the tail, I'm going to roll back. I'm going to hold here, I'm going to squeeze and extend one leg. So my inner thighs are really working, my belly is drawing in and up to reach that leg out. I'm going to bring that foot down, pull the belly in, curl forward. Sit up tall, squeeze, tuck my tail, roll back. Keep the squeeze, extend the other leg, feel the belly pull in. I shouldn't have to hold on, but you can gently. Put both feet down, squeeze the ball, curl forward, and sit up. Belly in, roll back, extend. Okay, squeeze, foot down, curl forward. Last one, sit up tall, roll back, extend, keep squeezing, pull the belly in, foot down, curl forward. All right, set that to the side. Turn and sit facing me. Cross-legged if you can. If that doesn't work, legs can be straight out. So we are down to our last few seconds here. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to put one foot on the floor, or one hand on the floor, side bend over to the other side. We sure appreciate you guys tuning into these classes and being in community with us, even though we're not actually together. We miss you all so much and looking forward to that day where we can be back together. Drink lots of water today, get outside, get your vitamin D and your sunshine, and we have another strong schedule of classes for you guys next week, so make sure you're tuning in. Thanks for coming by. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, guys.